Welcome to the Octagon! Got fucking Logic Max here!
It's the brain. They don't have a brain.
They don't have a brain, but they have a heart.
That is the thing. When you have a movement that is not founded in inclusivity, it's a bad movement.
Right. So like the pro-choice movement.
The pro-choice movement, you're
founded in eugenics.
You're talking about but this sort of thing. You're trying to equate abortion with eugenics. All of you go around, and you try and say
abortion is the most.
All of you go around and you spread this QAnon BS.
You're committing what is called the genetic fallacy because the founder of Planned Parenthood was a eugenicist. Their activities since then, it has to be related to eugenics. But that's not how things work. If their current
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that their tactics haven't changed.
Of course they have.
Then why are 70% of their facilities still in black neighborhoods?
Because those are the ones who need medical services for poor people.
I mean, there's more white people in the country. Don't you think they would need it just as badly, if not more, than minority communities?
So you see, is this a White Lives Matter?
This is why we need
No. What I'm saying is, like, why wouldn't there be a proportional amount in white neighborhoods?
I know they weren't saying it because because a lot of more health facilities were built in white neighborhoods intentionally over the course of the last 100 years. Black neighborhoods have fewer elements of good infrastructure, including good health facilities. Planned Parenthood provides mammograms and women's health services in communities where they are needed the most. It's not just abortion. Planned Parenthood does a lot of medical services.
But the majority of their revenue comes from abortions, and the way that they
I think the majority of their revenue comes from
donations. So not a majority. It's like 35 to like 65% of the revenue comes from abortions. That's a big
35 to 65. Do you want to stand by that?
Yes. Washington Post. Yeah.
I mean, you might as well say 2 to 98. Like that's pretty big. Right, but again, it's it's cheap. But again, like I guess you're following the money, but it doesn't have to do with the nature of the work. You're saying that
they try very hardly to.
You're saying because most of the revenue is from there, that is what they do. They don't mostly perform abortions.
It was founded as
right. And again, this is a genetic fallacy. We don't care about what they were founded.
I mean, by that logic, America was founded by slave owners. So is America bad by that logic?
Founded by abolitionists.
It's just the idea that because America has had a troubled past, doesn't mean that every action today needs to be judged through that lens.
I agree.
Do we have good or bad actions? That's how something should be judged.
I agree with you, but America is insignificant.
Right. And if you look
We've
at
added amendments to our Constitution that protect people.
Right. If you look at Planned Parenthood, they're no longer firmly supporting eugenics. Right. You're going back to history. Eugenics. It's not their active.
Their tactics haven't changed. So, like, if we observe, like, the United States in slavery, we've added amendments.
No. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that. Tactics haven't changed.
We've added amendments.
So far. Their tactics haven't changed? Really?
Right, yes.
Are we going to accept that?
Yes.
Their tactics haven't changed?
Why is that not an acceptable answer? They still have 70% of their clinics in minority neighborhoods or black neighborhoods.
With the purpose of creating fewer black people?
I don't think so. I think it's with the purpose
I don't
of...
Yeah,
no, but see that...
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, so conservatives are bad at debating because they don't have facts on their side. So what they do is they drop an elaborate, like, weird narrative, and then they move on.
It's her body, her choice.
Isn't it? Whose choice is it? Is yours?
Wait. If it's her body, her choice, can she drink alcohol and take drugs while pregnant and give birth to a deformed baby?
I mean, she should.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
I thought you guys were the libertarians.
what if she, like, drank lead and poisoned that baby and made it come out cystic and blind? Is that okay? No legal consequences?
Huh. That's an interesting issue that feels totally irrelevant to the idea of abortion, doesn't it?
So
You'll notice it's like yes or no, time to switch.
So you're okay with your mother drinking alcohol and taking drugs while pregnant and giving birth to a deformed baby?
See, here's the thing.
Just yes or no, real quick.
You're asking me
yes or no,
separate
yes or no.
because then yes or no doesn't answer the question.
Are you asking me yes or no?
Are you asking me?
No, yes or no.
If a doctor doesn't do it,
So you're saying that we get rights from the government.
If I push back, they're like, let's change the subject.
What rights do we have?
where do
we have a right to healthcare? Right to healthcare. I'm asking about
What
the
kind of
right?
right? Right to life. The right to be alive.
Right, yeah.
The right to be alive.
Or not to be unjustly aggressed upon.
Right, okay. So
I can't
you
just punch
are
you in the face,
equating.
even though I might want to.
Then do it. Well, I mean,
No, because you have the right to not be unjustly aggressed upon.
Well, so one, because that would invade my personal autonomy, right?
You're acting as room temp.
It's because they don't actually have like a position that's supportable, right? But they want to seem like it, and so they're moving fast enough. They're going to hope that you don't notice. I feel like this person doesn't understand what their analogy is because he's using it.
No, because it's
he's not carrying
it's a thing where it's never play defense.
defense.
Right. So all that's happened. I've answered about 15,000 questions. How many questions have I answered? What questions have I answered? What questions have I answered?
Do you actually have an answer to any other questions?
Yeah.
Wait, are you anti-science?
No. Biology says that it is alive, not that it is a human
That's when
life.
human life begins.
No. This is a purposely misinterpretation of biology. Right? If you talk to a biologist, any biologist,
Real quick, no, yeah, time out. So,
they will say that it is human and it is alive, but it is not a human life. You said it's philosophical. I agree.
does that make sense?
No.
It is a human, it is alive, but it's not a human life.
Yeah, the way that you're doing it, because it's a philosophical debate, right? You're saying when does a person become a person?
So when do rights start?
It depends on the rights you need, right?
You're saying the right to life.
The right to exist, right? Who should determine?
No, right to exist.
But I think according to our law, right? If you're talking about rights in terms of
legality right away.
If you're talking about rights in terms of legal rights they have, those start when they are born. Okay. If you're talking about an existential right to exist, we don't have those on the books.
Well, those are
right, and so this is the
law. Do you know
law.
what appeals to legality is?
Of course I do. Do you know what a Supreme Court and a legislator do?
No,
they write
I'm
laws.
asking you.
They don't.
He literally teaches logical fallacies for a living.
No, hold up. Do you think everything
an
that's
appeal to
legal
legality,
is right?
an appeal to
do you
legality,
think everything that is legal is right?
We are talking about what a Supreme Court is deciding on in terms of the law, right? We are having a discussion about the laws as created for the country, the actual physical written down laws. You and I are having a philosophical.
Okay, perfect.
No, I'm not saying that because something is legal, it's right. I'm saying that the arena that we are discussing is the laws created by man, not an existential right of all philosophers. Because that is an
So
debate.
I just want to know, when do those rights begin?
But you haven't adequately defined those rights.
Like the right to not be unjustly aggressed upon. Like I can't just push you or touch you,
well,
right?
So
when does that
physical
start?
autonomy. Do you think that a one-day ocean that does not have a consciousness?
No, I'm asking you when those rights begin. You're trying to avoid it. When do those rights begin? You don't know.
It's a philosophical question. It's not for me to answer. I'm not a philosopher. I'm here to talk about the legal issue in front of us.
Let's make it simple. Unjustly. If they unjustly infringe upon someone's rights, there should be legal consequences if someone does, right?
That's of the assumption that abortion's illegal.
Like, your question includes the answer. If it's unjust, then it's wrong. That's what unjust means, right? And so, again, you're playing this game where you're trying to have, you're pretending to have a question that is about this philosophical thing, so you can use it to achieve the political end. Will you, at the end of this, an appeal to legality is when you say because something is legal, it is right. That's not what I'm doing.
What you're saying.
No, I'm saying that the relevant issue is the legal issue, not the philosophical issue, because that is what we are.
No,
we don't govern philosophy in this country. You can think whatever you want. That's why it's a free country. It is a question of what the laws dictate about your behavior. No, I know that. So look for that next time you hear.
I just supported your right one. Answer the question. It's a simple question.
I literally went to say goodbye. I'm having a nice day.
Yo, let me see the marks on your arm. Where are they? You are an idiot, bro. You guys look like you just shot up today.
Wait, what does that mean? Oh, heroin.
Yeah.